What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on first take, they're going to be talking about Aaron Rodgers' great game and a victory against the Minnesota Vikings. So let's see what they have to say about that.
What did the Packers and Rodgers prove yesterday?
Well, they didn't prove much because they were going against a rookie cornerback in Dantzler, I believe that's his name, for Minnesota. Now that you got a couple of the more experienced guys that are no longer there, including Xavier Rhodes and others, the fact is you're Minnesota, you're relying on rookie corners, and Aaron Rodgers exploited them. No question about it. But it doesn't take away from the fact he's a bad man. Like I said.
Yeah, you could probably say that again after the game he had.
On many occasions, 364 yards passing. What were the numbers? 32 or 44. Absolutely sensational. With some of the dimes that he threw, it was something special to behold. Valdez-Scantling dropped a couple of passes, including a touchdown pass. It would have been even better numbers than what we saw. But in the end, Aaron Rodgers making throws that pretty much only he and maybe Patrick Mahomes can make. Just reminding everybody of how elite he is, how special he is, and how much he still has left in his arsenal. Some of those intermediate throws last year, remember, he struggled with that. I think he ranked like 25th in the NFL in terms of those intermediate throws. Didn't try to do much of that yesterday. Seemed relatively pedestrian for most of the first quarter, but then got it going. In the end, this brother can fling the football with the best of them. He is absolutely still elite. I think Matt LaFleur let him loose a little bit come end of the first quarter throughout the rest of the game, and he just threw a few dime pieces as well. Him to Devontae Adams, him to Valdez-Scantling. The list just goes on and on. He has that kind of thing. But to me, it also said to me how inexcusable, or reminded me how inexcusable it was for the Green Bay Packers not to draft a wide receiver or a tight end or to put themselves in a position in the first round to buffer their offensive talent.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Because when you're 13-3 last year in the NFC Championship game with Aaron Rodgers still as your quarterback, with just a tweak here or there, potentially enabling you to capture a Super Bowl, for your focus to be drafting a successor to Aaron Rodgers was the ultimate insult. And I think he's on a mission to show the organization just that, not the players, because he has no issue with the players. It's the organization as a whole. He's on a mission to show them what the hell they do is wrong, and I think he took a strong step in that direction yesterday about reminding us about what we can do. Minnesota helped with Kirk Cousins. Just attempting 16 passes for the first 3 quarters of the game, for crying out loud. It was like, I don't know what the hell they were doing in terms of just running the football and not allowing him to do anything. But in the end, still in all, it doesn't take away from what Aaron Rodgers did when he had the ball in his hands. It was special. I think it was the best performance of the day by a quarterback, and that's saying a lot considering how Russell Wilson looked yesterday.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with that. Aaron Rodgers definitely balled out. So let's take a quick look at his numbers from yesterday. So he went 32 for 44 for 364 yards, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, and his QBR was 92.9. So basically 92 or basically 93. So definitely, and Devontae Adams had a great game too. He caught the rock 14 times for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Aaron Rodgers still has it, and I still don't understand. I don't mean to piggyback off of what Stephen A. Smith said, but I don't understand why they drafted Jordan Love. So they went 13-3 last year. They were knocking on a door of going to the Super Bowl in an NFC Championship game, and then this year they just picked right off from what they were doing last year. But he has the same amount of receivers. He has the same lack of weapons. I mean, it just doesn't make any type of sense. I'm not mad at Jordan Love because it's not his fault he got drafted. I can't be mad at him. But it just seems like more and more that the Green Bay Packers did that in spite of Aaron Rodgers, in spite of a guy that went 13-3 last year. I think that was the second best record in the league last year. So it just doesn't make any type of sense. And I'm so happy for Aaron Rodgers going out there balling, even though he went against a couple of rookies. But I'm just happy he went out there and put on a great show with his 4 touchdowns and 0 picks. So let's continue.
Look, I knew that Aaron Rodgers was going to win this game, and I thought it would be by at least a score plus, because with national attention on him, they took a quarterback in the first round. He's playing Kirk Cousins in the Vikings, and Kirk got the monkey off his back a little bit last year. I get it. But no, in a game like this, Aaron Rodgers with a chance over Kirk Cousins with his crew all day, every time under these circumstances, I was unsurprised. Look, Aaron Rodgers showed you why, I and others still, not a lot of us anymore, but still consider him the second best player in football behind Mahomes. The difference being Mahomes is in his prime and Rodgers looks a little past his, and maybe Mahomes is even a little bit more talented, which is tough to be, because Rodgers is like as good as it gets, just about. Look, for those...
I don't know if I would say that he's balling right now. He is a baller. He's been a baller, but I wouldn't say that he's the best.
Like, how could you put Aaron Rodgers ahead of Russell Wilson? That's why, because Aaron Rodgers can do some things that no one other than Mahomes really can do with the football. He's just a special kind of talent. But I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here, Stephen A. And do I think they should have taken a receiver in the first round? Aaron Rodgers has thrown fewer passes, I believe, for a quarterback this deep into his career to first-round picks than anyone, like ever. He never has anyone. Devontae Adams and who else right now in terms of talent? So could he use a guy on the other side who's an elite type of young player? Yeah, he could have. But what about this? Last year they win 13 games, but Rodgers is more of a game manager now in a new system, but he's just learning the system. By the way, he had a playoff win against Russell Wilson last season. This year, now he's going to have the handcuffs off a little bit because he gets it a little bit more, right? But also, they drafted a quarterback in the first round. Think about what that means to a guy like Aaron Rodgers. And unlike Brett Favre, who iced Rodgers, we've seen clips on social media from the offseason of Rodgers like giving Jordan Love advice, right? He's going to maybe learn from some of his own experience, the way he wished Favre would have treated him, I'm sure, and try to help Jordan Love in certain ways.
Yeah, but I think Aaron Rodgers realizes that Jordan Love is not on the same level. It's not the same thing as when Aaron Rodgers was a rookie and Brett Favre was not mentoring him. So I think, it's easy for Aaron Rodgers to try and help him out because he probably doesn't feel threatened by him. And for everything I heard in training camp, he has no reason to feel threatened by Jordan Love. And again, I'm not hating on Jordan Love because it's not his fault that he was drafted by them. He's just going where he was called.
Rodgers tried. As I think before Mahomes came around, the best who ever did it. Not the greatest, not the most accomplished, the best. You draft a quarterback, you draft my replacement in the first round instead of getting me help. What they have right now is Aaron Rodgers, who's accustomed to his new system and who is motivated. I don't care how internally motivated you are. They draft a quarterback in the first round, it's going to take it to the next level. I think Rodgers behind Mahomes right now is the best player in the game.
I don't know if I would go there, especially when he went against a couple of rookies. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. Let's not be living in the moment, okay? Let's definitely not live in the moment because there's some other quarterbacks that balled out this weekend too. So let's just not live in the moment. I'll keep Aaron Rodgers where he's at. He had a good game. He balled out this week. Let's just continue to week 2 and see what happens then.
All right, so what did the Packers and Rodgers prove? One, if this is the version of Rodgers that we're going to get, that they're a problem for the NFL. Not for just the NFC. They are a problem this season for the NFL. And then two, how important player development is. I go back to the throw that he makes to Devontae Adams right before the half, on the move, and he throws that absolute howitzer. And then the very next, they get the quick turnover, and he throws the bomb to Valdez-Scantling. And all of a sudden, it's like, wait, that happened so quickly. Because in the first quarter, they were very stagnant. They weren't getting any kind of separation. And then Aaron almost kind of like gave them a jolt with the throw to Devontae Adams. And then it just came bombs away. But it was Valdez-Scantling who was hurt a little bit last year. Player development. Alan Lazard kind of came on the scene a little bit last year. He made some plays. Player development. And so here's the thing. If this is the Aaron Rodgers who's having fun again and who's having joy again and he's confident, then this is a problem for the NFL because...
Oh, it's definitely going to be a problem for the NFL because Aaron Rodgers is a baller and he's been a baller. But like I said before, I don't know if I want to put him up there with Patrick Mahomes at this point in time because there's a couple guys I put up there with Patrick Mahomes that have the experience and that have all of that. So I'm not taking anything away from Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying there's a group of guys that are at the top of the pack that I would say at any given weekend could definitely put in work like a Patrick Mahomes or an Aaron Rodgers. So let's continue.
I said this so many times last year. This offense, every single game, was 3 or 4 plays away from being dominant. They were